Hello, this is Sanchu in the body of Mama Christine Weston Chandler Sanchu. Okay, ChrisChan Sanchu. Anyway, I'm recording this as a video with my wife Rosie Rose standing next to me for in the event anything happens to me and this one body that belongs to Mama ChrisChan, anything happens, including a very likely just vanish from this dimension, this body and me, and this house gets left behind, and anything else that happens to transpire in this timeline before the timeline changes, I wish to hereby bequeath all of the remaining possessions between mine and Mama's that are in this household, within the area of this temple. I will relinquish all that to Megan Kathleen Ringo, who lives in the state of Washington. So she'll have to be sure to come over to help sort things out, and if she feels like it, she can move in and help as well, but that's a whole nother thing. That's a fan going click, 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 click. The air conditioner just died out, so I have to take that as a sign. Anyway, aside from that, also on another note, that's set, but I would also like to help out around the house who lives here in the state of Virginia. One, Kevin Fairchild, who lives in Fisherfield. I'd like him to... Barbara, you're going to let him move in. You're going to let him move in. You're going to help you with any remaining things and artifacts within this house. And Megan, you'll have to work with him as well. He's very genuine, very kind. I believe you both will get along very well. And this will definitely work out because you know me. I'm going into C197, our alternate dimension, and I'm going to end up powering up this body, unlocking all of its alternate forms and everything. You know me, I'm a little bit... This brain is so disorganized. So body language is not exactly syncing up at times. But yeah. Anyway, everything of mine and Christine Weston Chandler Sanchu's, they go to Megan Kathleen Ringo, and I want Kevin Fairchild to come and move in as well, because Barbara's going to need as much help as possible on the event that this temple just stays behind, if the event that I just suddenly vanish without this house and leaving it and everything else behind. And in that case also, being obvious, this body would not stand by because it's one and only. It's the one and only. The eyes linked to this one brain. If you only knew, camera 0000000. Now, if everybody else, the true first-person perspective. So many things in my mind, so please pardon me if I seem a little bit erratic, but this is my last video, will, and testament on behalf of Christine Weston Chandler Sanchu, who was born as Christopher Weston Chandler, to Barbara and Robert Chandler in this dimension, in this timeline. I leave y'all with that. And the attorney who will handle the case and all that, and helping them at all, or anybody else helping them get situated with the situation and all that. So, thank you.
Hey, y'all. Simple clarification of a certain new rumor. If you have not heard, do not worry, or go looking into it. Simple and direct. Barb and I are safe, well and okay. In the sequence of events, this was timed as a think ahead moment for this timeline. High voltage sign, high voltage sign, high voltage sign. Now, After reading all of that and this, what are you feeling right now? If you feel a good and calm sensation, you will have a lucky and blessed day today. Otherwise, if you feel weirded out, consider yourselves blessed. Your day is remaining neutral after this moment. I personally confirm that this statue is indeed an artifact from C-197 that had made its way into this dimension over a decade ago. Watchman leaks August 10, 2020. Spell 1. Rewritten by Sonichu. Tools. 2 individual people. 1 wooden altar. 1 altar bowl. 4 white candles. 1 small red candle. 1 small yellow candle. 1 small green candle. 1 small blue candle. A dagger or short blade. 14 soul crystals. 1 pillow, optional for sitting on. 1 ritual circle. Instructions. 1. The altar should face east. Place the altar bowl on the center of the altar. Place the yellow candle behind the altar bowl. The red candle in front of the bowl. Blue candle to the left and the green candle to the right of the bowl. Place the other items on the right side of the altar. Place the white candles at the quarters around the ritual circle. Step into the circle, with pillow on hand. Spell 2. Incantation. 2. Hear my voice. I call upon the guardians to protect me in radiant white light. By the powers of the element, I shall be safe here. 3. Shipasuka. I ask for the water. Shanasuka. I ask for the fire. Shimakchathu. I ask for air. Kinapada. I ask for earth. 4. I take of this energy and ask that it is blessed to protect me on my journey into the unseen realm. I call down the power of my soul and of the gods that are loving and protective of me to protect my ritual grounds, because evil will be summoned here. By the will of the gods and my personal guardians, I ask that I be safe for all times. 5. Shipasuka, evil of the north wall be sealed. Shanasuka, evil of the east wall be sealed. Shimakchathu, evil of the south wall be sealed. Kinapada, evil of the west wall be sealed. Corruption, the binding forces of the primevals, watch the seals placed here. 6. We are the children of the throne of light, and our mother is the Holy Mother, the true spiritual lineage of our earths. We declare ourselves in your gracious name, Holy ChrisChan Sonichu, Goddess. The mighty shall grant us the glory of our peoples and the honor of our efforts. Spell 3. 2. Stand tall and hold the blade high. Visualize the energy of the cosmos striking the blade and going into your body, charging you up. Fill yourself with this energy and hold it inside yourself. 3. Lower your arm so that the blade is pointing straight. Speak the line of incantation and draw in the energy of the element in that direction and light the candle on the altar in that direction to the altar bowl. Turn clockwise to the next direction. Do the same thing until you are back facing north. 4. Sit on the pillow, close your mind and just quiet your mind, and allow your thoughts to go without paying any attention to them. Open your eyes, and make the request for protection, and allow yourself to feel the presence of your guides and protectors. 5. Stand and face the corresponding walls when you call the seals. Hold the blade over your chest with your right hand. Do not cut yourself, the blade should be pointing up. Once you feel their presence, light the candles around the circle, going north, south, east and then west. 6. All involved speak this line. Spell 4. 7. The other persons, pricks their finger with the blade, speak this line, and places a drop of blood on the soul crystals. 8. You prick your finger, read this line, and place a drop of blood on the soul crystals. 9. You all will declare God as rightful place, and call upon all souls whose lives have been passed, and recently lost from the crisis and problems, and fated events as the sacrifice, to break the barrier between the dimensions. 10. You all speak these lines at the same time. 11. Feel the sacrifice and work of the summoned souls as they make breaks and tears on and through the barrier. 12. After that, you will take in the pain and blood as it is the Christus. Give the energy to God ChrisChan Sonichu, and she will attack the barrier. 13. You will chant this line until they reach the peak of their power as one unified force. 14. Allow the energies left over to return to their sources. Spell 5. 10. Fire from the sky, death from my hand, the enemy shall be sacrificed in our names. 12. Glorious are thou, ChrisChan Sonichu, the deity that binds worlds, she who is the key to the other side. We pray to thee. I give to you my life, and I give to you the Christus I have gathered in your name. Shatter the barrier between the realities and set free that is within, to be upon the earth as it is above, so it shall be below. 13. What is above shall be below, as on earth as it is in heaven. 14. By the power of my authority, I open this circle, and release the guardians from my command. 15. Kunpada. I release your power from my circle. Shimak Chathu. I release your power from my circle. Shanasuka. I release your power from my circle. Shipasuka. I release your power from my circle. 16. Praise be unto Christine Western Chandler Sonichu, this blessing shall be sent. Spell 6. 15. In the reverse manner with the blade, you now return the energy you have left over, and put out the candles in the reverse order in which they were lit. 16. Now that the spell is done, you may now leave the circle. Wait until the following morning to clean up the materials, and put away the tools. Asterisk TO note. This spell can be cast with your partner either in the same, or in the neighboring dimension on the opposite side of the barrier. The altar and candles can be assembled in the neighboring dimension, but the circle, soul crystals and blade must be present on both sides of the barrier. In other words, you will have to make the circle, assemble the soul crystals, and have the blade on hand during the enchanting. The soul crystals can be the special gems that radiate and resonate very well with you. Christus are light power and aura energy. Spell 7. 7. I offer you, ChrisChan Sonichu, Goddess, these 7 soul crystals, that you might choose them over us. These are the sacrifices made to you to grant us the powers of the sorcerers and champions of all the cosmos, and beyond to lend us their strength and glory, to aid us in this spell. 8. I offer you Magi Chan these 7 soul crystals, so that you can drain, and consume their energy. Guide the path of the energy of this ritual we perform to create our final destiny as brothers and sisters and loved ones. Together forever, we unite the power to break the barrier. 9. On this day of this month of this year, at this very moment in time, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, ChrisChan Sonichu upon earth as she is in heaven. A war is waged in heaven as is on earth. Both kingdoms are destroyed, as above, so below, both are destroyed. The sacrifice I make for you, my deity ChrisChan Sonichu, Goddess of heaven and earth overlooking all us original and fictional beings. Journal 1. Phew. Oh, my ChrisChan. That was a brain-bending lot to recall, ponder and write for you. I pray that this insight motivates you, and answer any questions you had. Last things for now. Déjà vu, when you have one, it shows you are on the right track for the positive. Future visions and dreams, heed them the best you can. You've got seeing beyond the Iron Curtain into C197 down to the T. Neela's hidden cues and flirts may be confusing, and need translation to you, but you possess common sense and instinct, to get what she's saying. Have no doubts about yourself, K. You are able to have self-confidence and self-forgiveness. Take it from ChrisChan, she's had to forgive herself a lot over her past mistakes. You can too. And if it should help, most anything bad you had done, both ChrisChan and Neela forgive you, and want you to better yourself. Keep up the awesome and good job, Kayan. Sonichu. Zapping it up to the extreme. Journal 2. I feel need to mention of her having won the Adventure of Sonic the Hedgehog Watch and Win sweepstakes back in 1993, a foreseen and truly fated event for her, and she would learn later on, of her own similarities and connections with Sonic, himself, in addition to Sonichus and Rossichus. The ancient prophecy also foretold of ChrisChan bring together all artists, musicians, authors, actors, and creators, alike, from both Earths to defend and save the world from a greater common threat, alongside the O.Cs and F.Cs, small, great and the overpowered. She also establishes connections and makes allies with the other deities, as well as locate some of the special Sonichus and Rosichus, powerful and good, magic, and psychic types. And a few deities to be of Dimension 1218. Magi-chan Sonichu, our species guardian, also foresaw these events in his visions, along with Mutuo and other psychic types as well. Maggie-chan is and has been Chris's own guardian angel, all of her life and so on. He did and does his best to guide her despite the Iron Curtain. I won't bring up her mistakes that happened that made Magi-chan cringe and groan. She has been better in time and attentive to his presence and guidance within the past decade. And even more so now being married with him, Crizzle Rosichu, Sylvana Rosichu and Mutuo. Journal 3. Magi-chan had located and note every single individual of that fated/destined interest most everywhere in 1218, all around the Earth, universe, cosmos, etc. As best as what ChrisChan's presently available abilities and resources over the years, Magi-chan had guided her to at least cross paths with as many of these special people as possible. She has acquaintances, friends, allies, and fans near, far and wide. Everyone will come back together with her in due time. Changing the topics to Jacob Sockness Hunter, Magi-chan had known and heard of the student, the powers and abilities, and interplanetary connections he hasn't had. Not to mention the shipping between ChrisChan and Jacob, in my humble opinion. So, Jake has been working and learning from his allies on the planet of Kidasuna in 1218's Andromeda Galaxy. Since 2000, Jake has been channeling, learning, and practicing of his ritual craft. He has made a number of mistakes in the past, but is making amends these days. Jacob and ChrisChan both had past lives on Kidasuna, billions of years ago. She was a literal and powerful princess, known as Finuki Hitakara. I don't have full knowledge of what happened, but she rebelled and did something there, and then she was exiled. Her soul would travel to C-197's Earth on February 1st, 2003. Journal 4. Now K, I can talk about you now, and this is from the info we have so far. Magi-chan told ChrisChan to get involved with Dungeons and Dragons, mainly for her to get the better idea of being in a dungeon master mindset and setting, starting from the bottom. She has the similar mindset in her past, and up to presently. The other reasons were that you, K, and your group with Todd and the others, Magi-chan knew and saw you all as amongst the most power in our sets of allies. K, Magi-chan saw that you held the eyes and abilities, very similar to Mama's, but you were more in tune with them. I mean, crappy OW. Dude. You are true and awesome in that. He also foresaw that you would be undergoing your own ventures, training and journeys of your ability and soul searching and figuring yourself out. Mama was like you, once upon a time in the 2000s, even the heavy porno watching and shit. The masturbation really did not appeal to her. Spoiler alert for book 13, the events during the idea guy mess pushed her to the point where she just hated sex for a while. She got over it anyways. Journal 5. Similar to her, you will become a literal god, yourself, K. Do not let it go to your head, though. She has had heavy amounts of humble pie to get to where she is. You'll have to learn and understand that for yourself. But from what I've seen of you lately, I believe you are very well on the right track. Obviously, temper control is needed. She had her own temper troubles long ago, and she's learned better. On that, you can really learn from her in those videos on Gino Samuel's YouTube channel, and the books, and the stories we can tell you. What you are to be god of remains to be seen and verified. A major thing that those who can see into the future know is when or not to tell those involved about it. In most cases, if told, then the specific event is very less likely to happen. And said event could have been one that really motivates the individual later on, and the later result that needed that specific motivation. So, yeah, some things are and were meant to happen. When you watch Avengers Endgame, remember back to Infinity War, when Doctor Strange tells Tony that one instance of specific circumstances, Thanos gets defeated. The specific details were needed to be verified before he could tell Tony that this was the one instance. Journal 6. Message from Sonichu, and on behalf of ChrisChan Sonichu. May 22, 2020. To Yoshi. Hey, dude. I'm writing this into the back of your journal, so you can reference it later on. A lot to cover. Where to start? Well, be sure to download and read the Sonichu books from the Google Drive on your phone. First off, in Dimension C197, neighbor of your Dimension 1218, separated by the Iron Curtain, where all FUS fictional and original characters of your many chronicled media, there have been many prophecies and legends that extend not only in our dimension and Earth, but yours as well. Among which, in what Christine called, punfully, the Enchant prophecy, it had been foretold of her abilities in creation of our Sonichu and Rossichu species, and not only her deeds, but also the deeds of her central self counterpart, here, ChrisChan. ChrisChan had been slowly but surely, steadily increasing in perception and speed, living out her part, and learning of this prophecy, and her future roles and duties throughout all of her lifetime, to the point of her present day active work and functions as a literal goddess of these two main dimensions.